Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Thursday. I hope it finds you well out there. Listen, one more day, and then it will be Friday, and we can all kind of relax a little bit, decompress, and dream about a government that actually does what the people need it to do. Unfortunately, right now, that government's still shut down. Is there going to be any ending in sight? We don't know. As we continue to wait to see exactly what is going to happen when it comes to this. Right now, the Trump administration saying that they're going to use this as an opportunity to get rid of more spending. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent came out and said, hey, it may hurt GDP. And just like we expected, they're hoping for more rate cuts in the future because of all of that. And then just like the last 10 minutes, maybe less, we had some profit taking finally in gold and silver today. Gold at 3,900. Silver went over $48. We'll see how long these things last. It really is. It's hard to know what do we do. I don't know. I wish there was. Obviously, we wish there was an easy answer. There isn't. The data points, we don't have them as expected. So today we should have gotten jobless claims. We didn't. Tomorrow we're supposed to get the government's jobs number. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. So we're just basically flying blind, right? Another reason why you need to have some gold and silver put away, right? I mean, this is kind of like the new normal now. I mean, we don't. The government shut down. I think the last one was Trump's first term, but we've been operating on these continuing resolutions. The only thing that ever gets done is done through executive orders, right? We really don't have a very, I guess, well-functioning government, and at the same time, we have extreme borrowing needs. So does the rest of the world. And when we're supposed to be the leader of that, right? I guess if you think about, okay, when it comes to banking, the United States is kind of the leader. And if we can't do it and we aren't doing it, why would the rest of the world want to sit there and say, well, guys, if we don't have this leadership, we're going to look for alternatives? Of course they are. They're going to look for alternatives. We know that gold is a big alternative. We know they're doing it. We know crypto is another big alternative. The largest crypto event in the world is taking place right now. We're there. Matter of fact, Bobby got invited to a meeting with Trump Jr. Here's what, you know what's so funny is this ended up being a big, I guess, it was more of a PR thing for the Trump family, but security was so tight, you couldn't even get in, even if you were invited. Welcome to the new world, man. Welcome to the new world. And, of course, we keep talking crypto, stable coin. One of the biggest stable coins out there, Tether, came out today and said, by the way, there's two things we're buying that aren't treasuries. What? Wait a minute. You're supposed to be buying treasuries. And I'm not saying that they don't buy treasuries. They are. But even they're like, yeah, no, we're not buying, we're not going to just buy treasury and be caught on it again. Look at the leadership. Why would we buy? You're giving us no confidence to buy the treasuries. It says in its latest release that they're holding 100,000 Bitcoin along with 50 tons of gold. 50 tons of gold. And this is only one of the stable coins. Now think about it. How about USDC? Are they doing the same thing? Probably. How about all the other the European stable coins, the Asian stable coins? This is something that is truly due to the fact that as the digitals come of age here, even they are like, yeah, no. We're not just going to hook our horse to the U.S. Treasury market. Not a chance. Listen, 50 tons of gold? Wow. And here's the other thing. They said we're going to keep buying it. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Let's take a look at the markets here. The Dow's down 150. The Nasdaq's down 12. The S&P's down 12. The Nasdaq is up 15 right now. The 10-year note, when we look in 411 on the 10-year note, and again, I think everybody's in the same boat here, which is, does it really matter, right? What is really going to happen with the sovereign debt markets? Right now, gold is down 28, let's say 29, 38.38. So 38.38 got right to $3,900 this morning. Silver hit $48. Right now, down $1 at 48.16. A little over $1. We'll see. These pullbacks don't last very long. They go very quickly. This morning, 10th-ounce gold eagles went out of stock. Half-ounce gold eagles went out of stock. Quarter-ounce gold eagles have been out of stock. 1-ounce gold eagles, I told you the other day, premiums went up. Silver, premiums went up. So it's going to be, I think, this situation where as we get to the end of the year, the mint's going to get ready here in another 30 days or so, 30, 45 days to shut down to get ready for the next year. What is going to be available remains to be seen, especially now when you have the stable coins starting to show how much gold that they've bought, and way more than anybody out there expected on top of it. Also, doing the Bitcoin thing, all of that money they were hoping would go into that treasury market. So again, it's more stress on the markets. J.P. Morgan, who, by the way, nobody hates gold and silver more than J.P. Morgan. They finally relented and said, okay, well, gold may go to 6,000. Of course, they did a caveat, but, maybe before 2029. Okay. Gold's going to be, listen, gold could be 6,000 really almost any time, talk again of potentially the United States revaluing its gold reserves. This is back out there again. Why? Why is that back out there? Well, here's a simple reason. Right now, the U.S. gold reserves now with this new price is worth over $1 trillion. Okay? They've got 8,000 tons, right? $1 trillion. On the books, because they still have it valued. So when we went off the gold standard, right? Richard Nixon, they closed the gold window. All as that meant was foreigners would not be able to trade their gold or trade their treasuries for gold anymore. And it is a problem, right? So they valued it. So they had 8,000 tons of gold at the time, they said, and they valued it at $42. Well, if they revalue it today, why would they do it? Why does that help? And the answer is really simple. I'm sorry, I'm texting while I'm talking here. The answer is really simple. They can then do a paper adjustment where the Federal Reserve essentially could revalue the gold and give the U.S. Treasury a journal entry that says, hey, here's an extra, almost $1 trillion, right? The difference between $42 an ounce and, say, $4,800, $4,700. You see what I'm saying? So let's just call it $1 trillion that the Treasury could then use to buy some of the debt. And now that the stable coins are saying that we're not going to buy all of the debt with our money, right? We're not going to just buy treasuries because we don't trust you. We're going to buy gold. We're going to buy Bitcoin. And we're not going to spend all of this money. Now, all of a sudden, this may come back. And if they do that, well, why not let gold go to 5, 6, 10,000, right? Think about it. They can buy a lot more than $1 trillion. How great would that be? Goldman Sachs says $5,000 is coming. And coming very soon. I don't know, guys. It's not a good situation when we start looking at how are we going to pay for all of this. I don't know. I have the answer. I know inflation's going to be bad. How do I know? Well, we don't have enough money to subsidize all the crap we've been subsidizing. People have no idea how much wealth the government has subsidized. I shouldn't say wealth. How much stuff the government subsidizes. Take EVs, right? $7,500 a car. That's gone. Take why does the government shut down? Why is the government shut down right now? They're arguing over subsidies. In this case, subsidies for health care. That, depending on who you ask, think about what's outrageous. Without the subsidies, they're saying, now this would be the Obamacare people, but they're saying like 100% increase. Not like 10%, right? I mean, that would be bad enough, right? No, it's massive. And I don't think most Americans really knew or understood how much and how big the government actually really got. How many of these programs were really out there. How much they hid how bad the inflation really was. Because what were these subsidies doing? They were hiding inflation. That's what it was. They hid inflation. By what? Well, you know what? We'll just pay for it, and they won't know. They covered up. Them and the central bankers covered up the theft. Why do we have a deficit that's well over $2 trillion? Well, now, right? Well, first of all, interest, right? Boy, that sucks, right? But the reason is because they've subsidized just about everything. Most people have no idea the magnitude of what they've done. Take people on Social Security this year. Listen, the COLA adjustment was higher than expected. But guess what they said? Well, yeah, but after you pay for the increase in Medicare and the Medicare and Medicaid premiums, you're actually going to have less money, not more, less. And guess what the government's trying to do right now? Figuring out a way, how can we cut some of that stuff, right? That's a big thing, right? They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid, and really what they want to do is just slow down the increases. Subsidize less so the people aren't aware of how bad the problem really is. And it's coming. I don't know when are we at that point, right? When does this all get exposed, where the government can't afford to pay for it? They can't afford the subsidies. And then you got one of two things: massive tax increases or massive cuts in subsidies that allow for inflation to really roar. And it doesn't matter which one's worse. I don't know. Should we just let the inflation roar and slow government spending? Or should they hike taxes on everybody? Of course, what did we just do? Right? We just did tax cuts. Right? We just did tax cuts. I don't know. I'm wondering, will this be the last tax cut? I didn't think about that. Maybe. And then you've got all of these funds around the world now saying that nobody should want reserves in dollars anymore. This is stuff you didn't hear people ever say this. This was, think about, it was like a broken record, Jason, right? My whole thing is, my whole life in this gold industry was, well, the dollar. When there's trouble, people run to the dollar. People run to the dollar. People run to the dollar. Well, now what are they saying? Don't run to the dollar. Don't run to the dollar. Don't run to the dollar. I mean, this is the new MO.
Yeah, and there are some mighty big players that are running to gold, aren't there? Joe and I have said it. We don't talk about it a lot, but we have a lot of people selling. It's been going on, I'd say 2 years now, especially at the beginning of 2024. People are selling their gold and silver. I keep using the peanut butter jar analogy, which is, when times are good, all of the peanut butter belongs to the big players. They put it in the jar. And when things are getting ready to go bad, the peanut butter leaves the jar. And all that stuff that's stuck to the sides, that's you and me. That's what we were able to make in those so-called better times. And the spatula comes in and cleans it out. And that is what's happening. Joe and I would love to give $5 over spot, or even, I remember a couple of years ago, $10 over spot for silver. I remember we were doing that because there were so many people buying. Well, that was the peanut butter going in the jar, right? That's not what's happening now. You guys are a lot of you guys are selling. And it's just all going upstream, because normally when everybody's selling, the price goes down.
Yeah.
The biggest players in the world are buying all your gold and silver, so hang on tight to whatever you got and try to add to it, Joe, because this is the situation we're in.
Yeah, we'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. I'm trying to think of what I've got. I want you guys to be able to take advantage of this pullback, but like everything now, it's just like a broken record. Oh, wait, hey, here's a pullback. Oh, wait, premiums are higher, right? I've got some dimes, silver dime. This is, you know what? Here's the funny part. This is U.S. government hallmarked. And what does that mean? It's made by the U.S. government's mint, right? Should be worth, outside of maybe Silver Eagles, more than anything, should be worth more than rounds, should be worth more than bars. Why? Well, because it's minted by the government. That's supposed to mean something. I don't know if it really does anymore. Tell you what I'm going to do, because we've been running these at a really hot price already, right? So if you bought dimes this week, you're still at melt. Right, yeah, that's how good the price has been. But here's what I'm gonna do. I've got close to 50 rolls now of dimes. This is really, boy, it's hard, right? When people are selling their dimes, because, I need $200 or $300, right? I just need it, right? We're going to do $160 a roll. If you buy 10 rolls, I'll take them down to $155. By the way, just to give you an idea, that's like $43.35 an ounce. Silver's at 46 and change. So really, now here's the thing. I only got like 50 rolls. Take advantage of it. Put them away, right? You don't buy silver at $3 an ounce under spot, and especially on a profit-taking day. And I'll say this. I think it's smart to have it today. You know why? We didn't get jobless claims today. We don't know about the unemployment rate, because tomorrow we're not going to get the government's job number. Right? We won't know. Is it going to be a bad number? Was it going to be another crappy number? We don't know. So I like the move here. Get into it on gold. I'll just tell you what I have. I have 10 20s, 10, 37.50. When the next commercial break comes, I'll go into my vault. I think I have a few $10 pieces, a few $5 pieces, and I'll get you a price. But that's it. Right? Take advantage of the pullback, right, Jason?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked how far has it pulled back, because this morning it wasn't all that much. $30 on gold, right? $1 on silver. I mean, it's a nice pullback. Earlier this morning, I saw gold tickling 3,900 and silver.
I know, right?
Silver was over
silver
48.
Silver tickled $48. Yeah,
I saw it over 48 a couple hours ago, so it was over 48. So it's these tiny little pullbacks don't seem to be happening very frequently, and they get swallowed up the next day. We're coming into Friday, and these Friday Monday pushes on the price. I mean, I'll ask the question: who remembers $3,600 gold? Who remembers $3,700 gold? It's like it never happened. We're starting to see this happen the last couple of years, right, Joe? We're having $100 ranges that disappear. Nobody even remembers when we had that price.
34, 35. right?
Well, we had that 33. For a while there,
we were at, yeah, right.
33, 34,
we were in that
35.
33-ish, right?
Yep.
I guess you're right. We'd spike up to maybe 35, back to 33.
We were there
right?
for 6
back
months,
yeah.
And now and then 35 just disappeared, and then 36 and 37 was gone. Here we are in 38, and I don't see very much 38 going on. It's going to be 3,900 next week. And that I'm telling people, the peanut butter jar, we're all being, the spatula is cleaning us out right now, and this is why we do what we do. We try to get you guys a few ounces of metal in your pocket to try to be good on the other side of this thing, Joe. And it's every man for himself, but we can all share the woes of the world we live in, right?
Right. I mean, oh man, it's not going to collapse this year, right? It's what comes after. And now I'm hearing and I'm seeing all of this AI stuff now. They're saying, like, okay, we probably overdid it, but they're still, we again, everything's priced to ridiculousness. Just doesn't end well. I don't know that we really have good answers. And when I start seeing hedge funds, U.S.-based hedge funds, come out and start saying things like no one should want reserves in dollars, right? It's hard to argue because we're just being idiots. And again, I get it, right? Their job, I guess, is to gaslight us, right? And tell us, oh, no, it's fine, right? Oh, look, yeah, we're happy about the government shutdown, right? I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I do know this. You better find income somewhere. And gold's great. Silver's great, man. How great is it? How great is it that you're like, yes, finally getting my, this is really starting to pay off. And I'm so glad that I invested in it and listened to Joe and Jason and Eric before that. But it's keeping you whole. And, it'd be nice to have an ounce of gold for every year you've been alive for retirement. That'd be wonderful. But ask yourselves, okay, gold's down 40, 38.25. 38.25. How far does $3,800 get you? Let's just say the car, it's done, right? It's over. Had 200,000 plus miles on it. Transmission gave out. This gave out. I need a new one. Even a new used one. I'm getting a car for $3,800. Heck, to get something even modestly reliable, right, you probably got to get rid of, 6, 7, 8, maybe even 10 $20 gold pieces. And I'm not talking about buying, this brand spanking new, all the bells and whistles, right? I'm just talking about something, it's a car. Yeah, you need income. You need that Texit. You do. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason on this Thursday. Boy, here gold's coming back now. Here we go. So the cupboard's getting pretty bare here, guys. 50 rolls of dimes. This is probably okay. Silver's coming back. Okay. Deal of the day. One roll of dimes, $160. Buy 10 rolls. It's $155. So that's what, $1,550? That brings your cost down to like $43.30. Silver right now is almost $46.30. Yeah. I've only got 50 rolls. You can buy all 50 if you want. I'm down to my last 10-20. Some of you guys, hey, I need you to trade some gold for Texas so we got more cheap stuff, guys. Come on. I got 10-20s. $37.50. Gold's back to $38.40. It's almost $100 under. I only got 10. I've got 6 $10 Liberties, $18.75. By the way, that works out to, if you bought 2 of them, to $37.50, right? $18.75. I got 12 $5 pieces. Some of them are Indians. I got 12. $940. $940. What does that equal? Well, if you bought 4 of them, $3,760. So all of this way below way below spot on all of this stuff. By the way, a $10 Liberty is $2,085. Well, the price, let's call it $2,075. We got them at $18.75. That's $200 off. A $5, they're $1,050. $940. So 6 10s, 12 5, 10 20s, 6 10s, 12 5s, and 50 rolls of dimes. Get after it. 800-951-0592. Today we went live on MEXC. By the way, when I first heard about MEXC, I was thought, wow, a Mexican exchange? That's just what I thought. MEXC. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound all, why is that a big deal? Boy, I had no idea. First of all, it's not a Mexican exchange. Do you know that it is the 3rd biggest exchange by volume in the world? Yeah, it's bigger than Coinbase. It's way bigger than Kraken. Already, we've only been on for less than 12 hours. We've already done over 120,000 there. Boy, our volumes are just, it's incredible now to think about, hey, we're going to be doing, a bad day, $500,000 a day in volume. That was all, no, you can't sell it. It's not liquid, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it is coming like a freight train. And here's what's funny is MEXC is, like I said, it's a foreign exchange. Yet there's plenty of people now overseas that know about Texit. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we did get invited to Trump Jr.'s meeting. I love Bobby's reaction to this is ridiculous, right? I'm not sitting here waiting in line for an hour so they can cavity search everybody and all this stuff. But they know who we are, don't they? I mean, we've raised almost $100 million. It's incredible what is happening. And again, this is a chance for some people. Hey, they're going, and I've been very honest about it. I'm going for crypto rich. Well, here's the thing. The mine's got to be full in two months. 2 months. So there's not a lot of time. But guys, the ability to change your life with daily income. And I keep stressing it, right? Do a 9-pack if you can. Not everyone can. But it's $8,955. When the mine is full, that's going to get you like 1.1 coins a day. 1.1 coins a day. That doesn't sound like very much. Like right now, you're getting like 8, right? Do you know when Jason and I started, what did we get on a 9-pack, Jason? Like 50? Something like that when we started?
I don't remember. I was so busy signing people up, it's like a blur. So
right?
May and June, it's like it never it happened. So it's, it was a lot more coins.
I want people to understand, this is not doing anything. You don't have to help us crowdsource. You don't have to tell anybody. This is you just saying, you know what? I trust Joe and Jason. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm going to take a shot here. And I know when I go online, and again, there's 30,000 great things out there, but there's bad stuff out there. People, oh, no, it's a scam, it's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. But 1.1 points a day, let's just say $100. And remember, I have told everybody, I think $100 is a layup. That's $110 a day. That's an extra $40,000 a year. Could you imagine? Social Security, COLA adjustment. You got less money. I'm fine. I got an extra $40K. I'm good. That's what we're talking about here. Final segment coming up. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason. Wrapping up this Thursday. Where does the time go? So a little pullback that, I don't know, maybe over, may not be. No government numbers. No jobless claims number today. No jobs number tomorrow. No unemployment number tomorrow. How long will the shutdown go? I think as long as it takes to guarantee a bunch of rate cuts. How's that? Right? I'm on record as saying the 15th. We'll see how close I get. Huge gold sale, gold and silver. It's literally the best I've got. The rolls of dimes, probably the best deal. $160 per roll. Buy 10 rolls or more. $155. That puts it at like $3 below melt. I've got 10 $20 gold pieces, $37.50. 6 $10 pieces, $18.75, which is $37.50. 12 $5 pieces at, what did I say, Jason? I forget now. Oh, here it is, $9.40. $9.40, which, by the way, that's $37.60. Okay,
that's a good price.
If you bought 4 of them.
Yeah, that's a really good price.
Gold's 38, like 40. So 38, 30, 38, 40, 38, 50. Heck, earlier this morning it was $3,900. Get in while you can, and then of course on the Texit side of things, guys, I told you yesterday. Get ready. You know my get readies, right? My get readies. Anytime between right now and, say, 10 days, it's going to be another move up. I want you to be ready for it if you haven't gotten in yet. How about this? Really, it's not worth throwing $995 at. It's not. At $100, that would be $10 a day, by the way. That would be an extra $3,650 a year. I mean, it's an extra $300 a month. I don't know. That doesn't sound too crappy to me, right? Maybe you did. And listen, here's the cool part. If you doubled it, well, you double the money, right? Do a 2-pack, $19.90. How about $600 extra dollars a month? I mean, and of course, I think $100 is low. And again, right? We know this. Listen, guys, we know there's a risk. There's a risk. Hey, I'm going to give you $995 and it's going to be zero. Could be. It looks less and less likely every day, though, doesn't it? I remember all the haters about it's a scam, it's a pyramid, it's this and that. They're saying, oh, you'll never be on a major exchange, and that'll never happen. It's already happened. We're here. We're in the big time already, and we're not done. Heck, the really cool stuff hasn't even happened yet. Right? Wait till these mega mines come online, guys. I'm just saying. I think it's a risk very much worth taking because you get a reward that you can't get anywhere else. And when the mine is full, those types of rewards end. So we're down to like 60 days, right? 800-951-0592.